Veterans of the U.S. military, this video is going to show you how you can get tech training completely paid for by the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. Even after you leave active duty, the acronyms never end. VETTEC is an acronym which stands for Veterans Employment Through Technology Education Courses. The purpose of VETTEC is to fund veterans to complete high-tech training. Most often, this is coding boot camps to learn computer programming, but it could also be something like cybersecurity or IT certification. There's even a video design course. To be eligible for the program, all of the following conditions must be true. This is straight from the VETTEC website. Number one, you are not currently on active duty. There's one exception to this, which is if you are on active duty and separating within 180 days. Second, you qualify for VA education assistance under the GI Bill. Third, you have at least 1 day of unexpired GI Bill entitlement. GI Bill is allocated in terms of time, so this is saying that you have to have at least 1 day remaining. Fourth, you have to get accepted into a VA-approved training program. There's only certain programs that qualify. Some of the coding boot camps and other programs eligible for VETTEC have entry requirements, such as having to complete a course or passing a test prior to starting training. At the time of this recording in February 2023, there are 95 possible courses that you can take that qualify for the VETTEC program. I'll drop the link to the eligible programs in the description below. These programs range from 90 hours for a graphic design course, that's the shortest VETTEC eligible program currently out there, to 774 hours for a JavaScript and Python bootcamp. That's the longest one currently available. The average course is around 350 to 450 hours, and that's spread out over 12 to 14 weeks. These programs are offered in 30 cities across 15 states around the US, so there's an excellent chance that you're not far from one. Again, I will drop the link to the eligible programs in the description below. Even if you're not close to one physically, there are online options. When I went through the program in 2021, it was during COVID, so all of the schools across the entire country were online only. The other students in my class were spread all over the US, so we didn't have to be physically close to the school. And do note, if you are outside of the US, you cannot use this program. It is only for people inside of the 50 states. As for the daily schedule, what to expect, every training program is going to have a different schedule and daily rhythm. That said, all of these programs are considered full-time, meaning that you should expect 20 to 40 hours of commitment per week. Most of the training schools offer a day or evening program, so you can find one that fits in with your schedule. The day coding boot camps are immersive, meaning that you can expect 8-hour days, typical 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. And if you're doing this, you're going to want to have a clear schedule for these. You should consider yourself a full-time student again, so it's best to not have other distractions. This is the type of program I did, and it would have been really difficult to have a job at the same time. If you do the evening programs, these are spread out over a longer period of time, so they might be several weeks longer than the comparable day one, but these might run from, for example, 6 to 9:30 p.m. daily, and these ones are meant to work around your job schedule if you have one. In a coding bootcamp, the typical day, in my experience, begins with instruction. Your instructor will walk through a coding principle to demonstrate it and then answer any questions that you or anyone in the class might have. After that, you'll have individual time to work through some labs, practicing the skill that you just learned, and the instructor and usually a few assistants are on hand to help you if you get stuck. I should say when you get stuck. And then you'll turn in the lab to be graded after it's done. There were about 30 of these labs during my 14-week coding bootcamp. There's a few times throughout the course where you'll complete projects while working in a team. Other than that, most of it is individual work. The whole course culminates in a capstone project where you spend the last couple weeks on one large project, which should incorporate all of the skills that you learned, and then at the end you present it to the class. Aside from the coding skills, I also got exposure to other skills like agile project management and working on a scrum team, which was not something I ever did in the military, but it proved to be really useful in the next job that I had. Let's talk about what VETTEC gives you. With VETTEC, you get two things. Number one, full tuition for the coding bootcamp or other training program. Some of these programs cost $15,000 up to $25,000. So this is an incredibly generous program. This is a giant opportunity, which is why I'm making this video. The civilian students in your class may have had to pull out loans or even get scholarships to pay for the program. And the second thing covered by VETTEC is money for housing. Remember BAH, Basic Allowance for Housing? While you are in the VETTEC program, you will receive BAH as if you are an E5 with dependents, and that is based on the zip code in which you receive the training. Now that BAH rate is only if you're attending the training in person. If you're attending virtually, if you're attending online, then the BAH you receive will be half of the national average for, again, an E5 with dependents. And the final caveat is if you are still on active duty, you cannot receive BAH. You can't double dip since you're already receiving your BAH from wherever you're stationed. To see the current BAH rates, I will also leave a link to a calculator in the description below. Once again, the purpose of VETTEC is to help you, the transitioning veteran, to get a job in the tech industry. I am a success story of the program. Almost immediately after graduating, I got a job offer and accepted a job for $105,000 a year, which within a few months became $130,000 a year. And the kicker is I didn't even use the coding skills in that job. It helped me get the job, but I wasn't a software engineer in that job. So just having this skill set is incredibly valuable, and it'll help you in whatever you do after this. The VA has vetted all of the eligible programs for their rates of graduates into jobs. A lot of these schools have dedicated career counselors who help you with everything from networking. They set up job fairs and helping you write your resume to practicing job interviews to just general career advice. The schools are incentivized to get you hired, so a lot of them have pipelines where you can go straight from the coding bootcamp into working for a local startup or even a tech giant. So do I think VETTEC and a coding bootcamp are worth it? Yes. Yes, I do. I think it's well worth your time. If you've determined that you're eligible for VETTEC and I've convinced you to go for it, applying for the program is super easy. You do it on the va.gov website. That'll be the third link that I leave in the description. It says right here, apply for veteran employment through education technology courses. There's 4 steps that they give you. Number 1, prepare. So to fill out the application, you'll need direct deposit information. That is where they'll send your payment, the BAH. And you'll need to fill out your highest level of education, previous high-tech industry experience if applicable, and information about the training provider or program that you want to attend. If you have that determined yet, if you don't, that's fine. It's optional, as you can see there. And to be eligible for VETTEC, we've already talked about that. The next step is you'll apply, complete the VETTEC application. After submitting the form, you'll get a confirmation message. It's all done through email. Then you can print that for your records if you want. After that, the VA will review your application. It says we usually process applications within 30 days. In my experience, it was like a week and a half or 2 weeks. Again, that was 2 years ago, so things might have changed, but it was faster than 30 days. And lastly, you'll get a decision. Again, they said it'll take about a month, but in my experience, it came very quickly. It was within 2 weeks. All you do is hit this green button, start the VETTEC application. All you gotta do now is wait. Please hit the like button if you found this useful. If you have any questions, feel free to comment them, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.